Hi, and welcome back to Plastic Models by a Regular Dude. And today is the day that I'm going to start on the Monogram 1/48 scale A-10 Thunderbolt 2, the 1995 boxing. So the first thing that I need to do, I'm going to start with the cockpit just like the instructions say, but I need to make room in the tub for the Legend Productions Aces 2 seat. That's a little bit better detail than the kit part. And what I'm going to do, I've already cut off the front parts there, and then I'm going to use my Dremel tool with this, I think it's called a burr, this cutting tool, and I'm going to grind that off. So I'm going to work on that a little bit, and then we'll come back and take a look. Alright, so let's take a look what I've got done so far. I got the cockpit for the most part done. Primed it in Stynylrez black primer, and then sprayed the appropriate gray on the interior. Then using some Vallejo paints, I picked out and painted some of the detail parts. Used Vallejo silver Model Air, I think it's aluminum, to dry brush all of these controls and stuff on the sides, and then did some red details. Also did the Aces 2 ejection seat by Legend, and it turned out really nice. It's a really nice seat. The details are really good. Painted according to the references I could find. I've got a few more detail parts to paint, but I did a very light thin wash of black to bring out some of the details in the cushions and everything. So I'll touch that up a little bit more. Instrument panel, same thing, black with all of the gauges and switches and such, dry brushed with the aluminum. I painted the inside of the fuselage parts here for the cockpit, and then for the front landing gear bay. So that's done for now. And then the next part I was going to do, since I could do it as a sub-assembly, I was going to do the engine nacelles. And in looking at them, they actually fit together a lot better than I thought they would from what other people have said. They actually look pretty good. They'll obviously need some cleanup and some detail work done, but not too bad. The one thing though is this front part of the engine here. It fits inside like this, top and bottom, and you know, it fits okay, and it would be able to I'd be able to get it cleaned up and, you know, probably get it looking decent. But as you can see, there's a pretty gnarly seam all the way around, and this part here should wrap around and go all the way back to these turbines or these blades here. So what I think I'm going to do is, I've seen some aftermarket stuff available. I'm going to look into that and see about maybe replacing this. And if I'm remembering correctly, the parts, it's basically from here forward, and it just kind of fits and looks a lot better than this would, because, you know, there'd be a lot of and I'm not averse to doing some cleanup and stuff like that, but if I can get an aftermarket part that's going to look decent and make the job a little easier, I'm not averse to doing that. Because, you know, if I just put it together as is, then, you know, there's going to be seams to clean up on the inside and outside. I'd have to fill this in all the way around and get that nice and smooth. So I may still do that, but I'm going to look into it online and see what I can find. So with that, I'm going to be setting this aside for a bit while I do some of that and work on some other projects. Now, as I mentioned early on when I first started talking about this, doing this kit, I had stated that I wanted to do a nice job on this kit, as good a job as I could do with this older kit. And then I might be taking a while to do it, and I might set it aside from time to time, and that's going to be one of those times right now. So I'm going to set it aside, work on some other projects, and then once I get the other parts, which I'm not going to drag my feet about it, but once I do some research and find the parts I need and stuff like that, then I'll come back and work on it some more. So just wanted to give a quick update on all that. So if you guys have any questions or comments, or maybe have any tips or leads on where a person can find some aftermarket engine parts for this kit, I would appreciate it if you'd put it in the comments below. So that's it for now on the Monogram 148 scale A-10 Thunderbolt 2. So stay tuned, and I will revisit it in the near future. As always, thanks for watching, and I will see you all later.